Vedam, I'll take this point to you now. I think Mr. Shankar is from Chennai and he was probably referring to R. Ashwin's exclusion there when he said chopping and changing is something that Gautam Gambhir does a lot. Now, help me understand how much of a role does Gautam Gambhir have here? Because we've seen Gautam Gambhir having a good camaraderie with Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli as well so far. So, how much of a role do you think Gautam Gambhir also has in this, because he is the person now, the first point of contact with Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma as well, to go talk to them and understand what really is going wrong, because the process that they're following right now is just not working.
Yeah, Ashish, what is a cricket coach's role? He's not like a football supremo. You know, a cricket coach is totally different. He actually, somebody like Gautam Gambhir, has to ease off the burden of the captain. He has to make the captain's job easier. But what have we seen actually? First and foremost, Rohit Sharma has been a walking wicket for quite some time. So why did he break a successful partnership?
Right.
You know, he's broken a successful partnership. That was a wrong call. Now take the second wrong call they made today. You have gone into this match with three all-rounders. You know, whether it is Jadeja or Washington Sundar or Reddy. You had three all-rounders. So at the fag end of the day, you have actually sent somebody who didn't have the wherewithal to survive at that point of time. Somebody like Akashdeep. And he got blown away. Had we been 153 for 2, the run out was very unfortunate. Had we been at that score, we wouldn't have been having this conversation. Because at 152 for 2 suddenly became 5 out, now we're having this conversation. We're worried. But it's again wrong calls. Maybe, look, Rohit Sharma has not done well at number 6. We should have pressed the panic button when we played against Sri Lanka itself. Now what we need to do is, our expectation levels are much higher than, let's say, 15 years ago. We only went to compete earlier. Now we are going overseas to win. You know, the expectation levels are far, far higher. And when you look at this team, forget about what is happening today. If you look at the first 3 tests, we've actually come off an even level, which is, I think, humongous. You won a first test, which nobody expected you to win. Yes, you got washed out in the second test. The third test, you fought back. You fought back brilliantly. So the expectation levels are very high. And when your expectation levels are high, you need to make the right call.
And interestingly, Vedam, sorry to interrupt. Interestingly, this downfall, or so we say, has happened ever since Rohit Sharma has come back into the side. I mean, under Bumrah, the same bunch of cricketers look like a completely different team. We hammered Australia at Perth. Do you think the fact that Rohit Sharma is struggling for runs, that's also translating into his captaincy? And in a larger picture, that's also affecting how Team India is playing? We don't just look confident enough like we did in Perth.
That's exactly what I meant. So it is the coach's job now to make the captain's job easier. He has to help him get the right calls. You know, you might say that there is a think tank around and they'll take the planning, they'll do the planning. You know, but a captain has to take the final call. And that is what a coach comes in. And he has to tell him, look, you're not doing well at number 6. And you have a commentary team which keeps saying, let him open, let him open, let him open. How, on what basis are they asking that he has to open? Something that he played 5 years ago. Chandresh Narayan was absolutely right when he said, Rohit Sharma doesn't have 100 innings in Australia. So what are you pushing? It's not that he was a great success earlier and you're trying to find that form back. He was not a good test match batsman overseas. We've seen that. It's happened repeatedly. Okay, let him try at number 6. Or even he could have gone at number 3. Instead of opening the innings and suddenly you're 474 and you have lost a first wicket very quickly because Rohit Sharma was a walking wicket. And
absolutely, Vedam. A very interesting point that you mentioned about Rohit Sharma not really performing that well in other test matches either, because looking closely, Jadeja, who's played more matches than Rohit Sharma, there's not a lot of difference between his average, test career average, and even the test career average of Rohit Sharma. So clearly, lot that needs to be introspected here. Srinivas Murthy from Delhi joins us. Right, Srinivas Murthy, go ahead.
Thanks a lot. The focus is on the two guys. Rohit and Virat, both great guns, the fans of everybody, every single cricket lover in this country. And, it's very disheartening to see them going down the hill like this. And there seems to be no help around from the so-called support staff. What are they doing? What is the batting coach doing? What is the psychological kind of guys doing? Are they not going and talking to them, trying to give them confidence and trying to get them back into the regular full flow. It's not happening. It doesn't seem to be happening. And, I honestly feel that many of the youngsters who are in prime form, when not given a chance, they will get disheartened too. How long do you think they should be, warming up the benches? One of the main reasons why...
we only have a couple of minutes left on the broadcast, but a very important point that you raised there about youngsters now missing out because we continue to play seniors who, are not performing well. Ranjit, now, the youngster, I believe that a caller now was talking about was Shubman Gill. Now, I have some stats. I'll ask my team to play it out as well. Rohit Sharma versus Shubman Gill. Now, Shubman Gill, unfortunately, is the casualty here who's sitting out because Rohit Sharma is in the playing 11. Shubman Gill in the last 3 test series, his averages have been 36, 56.50 and 54.66. Now, compare this to Rohit Sharma. Last 3 test series, his averages have been 15.16, 10.50 and 44.44. I mean, how does this even make sense?
Ashish, I would like to say that I would like to thank the last caller, Srinivas from Delhi, because that's when you saw me raising my hands for a very long time. And this is the exact point I wanted to make. See, you would all agree with me that Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli are our past. They are not our present, okay? So, because of our past,
right,
we are not only destroying our present, but we are also destroying our future, because we are making sure somebody like Shubman Gill, who's going to be serving Indian cricket for the next decade and a half probably and be the future captain of India and the big young best batsman in the world, we are dropping him after he already missed the first test and he got himself into form in the second test. He could have been that trump card here when we lost the first wicket and Shubman Gill walking in instead of Rohit Sharma walking in at that time.
Right.
I mean, there's a world of difference there. And on top of that, he's never scored 100 in Australia. So you're asking him to do miracles in the end part of his career, Rohit Sharma I'm talking about, and when he's never done it in his life. So whereas Shubman Gill is touted to be the next big thing, and if you don't give him a platform, then you're actually destroying our future, not only just our present, because you're making sure maybe next time Shubman Gill does not have enough experience when Rohit Sharma gets off. And suppose you take this test next
Ranjit,
time
in fact, I would have loved to have a longer discussion on this, but my team's telling me to wrap up because we're running short of time right now. But like you rightly mentioned, it's also destroying our future prospects. But the other bigger problem here seems to be that even Shubman Gill hasn't been scoring tons after tons to make his case as well. So that's, I think, a larger problem that is with Indian cricket and Indian batsmen as well. And of course, we'll continue with this conversation in a future debate. But right now, Ranjit Bajaj, Vedam Jaishankar and Chandresh Narayanan, really appreciate you joining us on the broadcast for this particular discussion. All right, viewers, on that note, it's a wrap on this edition of Mirror Prime. Lots more lined up on the other side. Stay tuned.